Hello children, I'm gonna make some comments about the exercise we did last Friday. I wanna comment that how we can solve this kind of exercise. Even though I explained to you how to solve the exercise by the end of the class, I still wanna make some comments, so I made this video. In this case, we have a relation between cereals and milk for breakfast. In this type of exercise, let's comment that, as we always say, cereal will be determined by x and milk will be my y. So when I have to draw the diagram, I will have that in mind. So the first step is to draw a scatter diagram. The scatter diagram, remember that we saw that it has to be in a scale that we need. It has to be coherent with the information that we have, and in this case, well, I can draw this scatter diagram like this. Okay, in this example, given the table, I can determine this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, probably this point is not, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay. Remember, it has to be in the proper scale so as to better identify each point. Once we have all the dots well determined, we have to draw the line of best fit. Remember that the line of best fit starts with the first dot and with the last dot. You don't have to write a line like this from left from 0, for example, to the last value. No, the line of best fit starts with the first value and it ends with the last value. Okay, so once we have the line of best fit, we can start by answering some questions. So remember, first, the scatter diagram with the proper scale. Second, the line of best fit, which is a segment that starts with the first dot and ends with the last dots. Remember that the line of best fit will help us determine some values that are not the one that were given to us in the table. So let's start with some of the questions. Okay, by now we draw the scatter diagram, we draw the line of best fit, so we can start by answering the question. It says, if a student wants to eat 65 grams of cereal, how much milk does he need? Okay, so we go to the scatter diagram. Okay, in this case, we go to the scatter diagram and we start from information that is 65 from this spot. We go up to this value, up to the line of best fit. Let's change this, for example, like this. And then you have to go from the from the line of best fit to the I value, like this. For example, I determine another dot, another straight line. So the answer will be that for 65 grams of cereal, I will need something like 318 milliliters of milk. Okay, so that's for the first part of the exercise. It asks us if a student has 200 milliliters of milk, how much cereal does he need? So the 200 milliliters stand for the vertical axis, so is the milk. So in this case, 200 milliliters would be like this. So 200 milliliters will go up to the line of best fit, and once we are in the line of best fit, we go to the x value to know how much grams we need for 200 milliliters. So in this case, we need something like 41 grams of cereal. So right here, 41 grams of cereal. Okay, that's for that part. Now the exercise asks us about how much milk you need for 90 grams of cereal. Now we have to remember the golden rule in this case. Always remember the golden rule. Okay, remember that the golden rule says that we can't estimate values that are outside the line of best fit. So in this case, for example, 90 grams is out of the scale, but I can determine values that are outside of the line of fit. For example, if they ask us how much milk you need for 10 grams of cereal, well, there's no line of best fit. So what you have to say is, well, since they're outside the line of best fit, I can determine it's the value you're asking me because of the golden rule, for example. That would be one of the answers. And then you can say what the golden rule is. It's the definition is in the book. So remember, keep that in mind. And in the last question, number F, letter F, it says, according to the table, Excel calculated the line of best fit with the following equation. So here you have the line of best fit. This is a linear equation. So when you have to compare exercise letter C, you have the information about grams. Remember that grams is the X value. So you have to replace X with 65 grams, and you have to do the math. And then you have to compare the results you had with the line of best fit made by the computer and the answers with the line of best fit that you did in the page. And for letter D, it says since they're giving you 200 milliliters of milk, which is a Y value, you have to replace Y with 200 milliliters, and then you have to find X and to solve that equation. Okay, and then you compare both results and you see if they are close to each other or not. Remember that there is not one unique line of best fit, so it depends on the scales and the graph that you made. So there's no right or wrong answer, as long as the line of best fit is within the dots. Okay? Well, good luck. I hope this video helped you.